the gecko, the latest four-legged friend to disappear from our part of the world. But now it is Parkinson's Awareness Week. Parkinson's disease has no cure, and for those diagnosed with it, it will colour the rest of their lives. Yesterday morning, you may remember here on BBC Tea's Breakfast, we found out more about the disease, what the social effects are of it on those who have it, and if there will ever be a cure. Steve Ford is the Chief Executive Officer of Parkinson's UK, the national support charity. And Steve explained what the disease is and its physical symptoms.
Parkinson's is a neurological condition. What that means is that that part of the brain that controls movement, some of the brain cells there start to die, and it means then that people have classic symptoms of a slowness of movement, stiffness, and tremor. 1 in 500 people have Parkinson's, so it does impact on a significant number of people.
Joining me in the studio yesterday was Simon Laverick. It was a privileged meeting, Simon. Sam was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease when he was just 41 years of age. I asked him why he thinks Parkinson's Awareness Week is so important.
I think it's because it's an illness that causes a bit of confusion within the public. They don't really understand what it's all about. It's been mentioned on the television and radio recently that it looks as though you can be under the influences of alcohol. It just needs to be brought out to the fore. And for me, we need to be raising lots and lots of money to try and find a cure for this. And that's what this week is all about for me.
Simon, you breezed into the studio. You've sat down there, having a chat with me. I asked you, how are you this morning? You're looking fine and chipper. How does Parkinson's affect you, though?
Well, I think it affects many people in different ways. But for me, you mentioned at one of the segues that people will have this for the rest of their life. I won't. It's a guarantee I will not have this. There will be a cure. And you've got to keep positive. It affects me in so much as I have a bit of a tremor down my right-hand side. I have a bit of movement issues on my right hand. But there's worse things in life.
You said there will be a cure. How certain are you about that?
In fact, I spoke to Steve Ford, the CEO of Parkinson's UK, and told him that you've got till I'm 50. So he's got 6 years to find a cure for this. And I'm pushing as hard as I can. And my bit towards this is to raise money and to raise awareness. And yeah, we'll fix this.
How has it affected you, though? Because I keep on coming back to the point. When you've come in the studio here, and I've interviewed many, many people in this studio, and sometimes just the first impressions of a person stick with you during the course of the interview. And what radiates from you is positivity. But come on, there must be some tough times here.
The first couple of weeks after diagnosis, you do go through the why me. It's almost like a bereavement, but that isn't going to get me anywhere. And I don't know whether I'm different, but I cannot think negatively. I have to think positively, and I don't force myself. It's just the way I am. And some of the things we do to raise money are the absolute opposite of Parkinson's disease. You know, we do adventurous things, we do crazy things that raises a lot of money, and that's the way I am.
And you are doing something crazy. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, last year we had a group of guys that rode the Channel. This year we're going to be paddling from across Scotland, across the Great Glen, from Fort William to Inverness, 5 days in open-top canoes. Wow, what an adventure. And I'm doing it this time, and so my challenge is to beat the living daylights out of Parkinson's. It isn't going to stop me.
So when are you setting off then?
23rd of May we set off for 5 days.
And can we keep up to date with you on your progress?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You are one of the most positive people I've ever met. Can you, look me in the eye though, here in the studio, be absolutely certain that by your age of 50 that a cure will be found for this Parkinson's disease? What
I can tell you is that I will have done everything I possibly can have done to make that happen.
And we will follow Simon Laverick on his journey. Ali Brownlee with you on BBC Tea's Breakfast, 21 minutes now past 6.